Hey guys, this is Jeff Benjamin with iDownload Blog. I'm going to show you 5 different ways to get more out of the dock in OS X. First thing we're going to do is go to the Apple menu, go to Dock and then Dock Preferences. And get familiar with this menu here because we're going to use it to show you these 5 tips. The first one is the Minimize Windows into Application Icon feature. Now without that enabled, this is what happens when you minimize an application that is running in OS X. For instance, Chrome. I have several Chrome windows open, and as you see, when I minimize those windows, they actually go right by the trash can. They have their own dock icon basically in the dock. And the more applications you have open, the more that builds up, and the more cluttered your dock becomes. So this option to minimize into the actual app icon of the application associated with that window cleans up the dock. I'm going to show you again here. Minimize windows into application icon. Make sure that is checked and watch what happens now when I minimize these Chrome windows. You'll see that they actually minimize directly into the Chrome app icon right there to the left. See that? Watch what happens when I minimize this. It doesn't go back to the right side, but it goes down into Chrome, which is obviously the associated app icon for that window. So this keeps everything organized in its own app icon, and therefore you don't have as many windows or as many apps or stuff just running in your dock below. It makes it a lot simpler, a lot cleaner to manage your dock. Now another thing that I like to disable actually is the show indicator lights for open applications. You'll notice below these indicator lights here, if you use the methodology of just only having app icons in the dock that you actually use on a regular basis, there's no need really to have indicator lights for open applications. If it's down there, then it's either open or closed. Big deal. It just adds one more thing to think about, in my opinion, having that enabled. So I like to keep that disabled and just keep stuff that I use on a daily basis in my dock. Another thing is just to keep your dock clean and clutter-free. So you can use the Keep in Dock or Remove from Dock option to make sure that stuff isn't just sitting there taking up space. So I'm going to make sure that is removed and quit that application. Therefore, only keeping stuff that I actually use, such as Final Cut Pro. I don't want to remove that because I use that on a day-to-day basis. And just keep stuff that you actually use. You can right-click and access that option just by right-clicking, selecting Remove from Dock or to Keep in Dock. So one other tip that I like to do, or that I like to utilize, is just to keep my dock sized properly. You don't want it ridiculously big so it hinders your productivity, and you don't want it really, really small so it just makes it impossible to find the application you're looking for. So just be balancing your approach about the dock size. You can also adjust that in the preferences here. You can just adjust this little slider bar there, and that will alter your dock size. Now, the last tip that we have for you is the hiding dock. There's actually a shortcut, a keyboard shortcut that you can use, or you can just go to Dock, Turn Hiding On, and that will auto-hide your dock. You can turn it off just by going back there, and that will bring it back. Or you can use the Command Option D, like that, keyboard shortcut. And you can quickly hide your dock. And once it's hidden, all you need to do is slide your mouse down below with it hidden, and it will appear just like this. So those are 5 handy tips to get more out of your dock in OS X. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is Jeff with iDownload Blog.